camp going to be for you than last year, when you say last year's camp?
Yeah, this camp is different in many ways. Never had the media out here. We get to see each other face to face, and we get to see some fans, some family. Um, it's a lot different. We get to be out here and actually go through practices. If I can recall, last year we were in the OTA phase of conditioning. Right now it feels good that we're getting right into football.
And what about for you physically, the way you're feeling and knowledge of the other players and the offensive end?
Yeah, I think everyone feels good. I think everyone's ready to go. I think it's really good that we got to come out and kind of brush up on the things we went over during the spring. We look forward to what tomorrow brings.
You saw a couple touchdowns, a couple picks. Could you assess some of your good and bad throws?
Yeah, I would say with the bad throws, a lot of miscommunication on one of them. I think that's definitely my fault. I was in a conundrum of throwing it up or coming back down to the back. But unfortunately, that's how the cookie crumbled on that one. But it's good. That things like that happen right now. We can see it. Go back into the film room. Talk about it with our guys, the receivers, the tight ends, and running backs, and kind of get that fixed.
Having had that off season with, working with your wide receivers, is there a noticeable difference in chemistry for you between you and them?
Well, I would say I had a lot of them last year. A lot of the guys that are on this team, I had them last year. Not to say that being able to throw to them throughout the off season, didn't help. But I would say, just being able to get with them throughout OTAs as well helped. So.
Describe kind of the energy of coming into the building, all being together in person. I was talking to some of the guys yesterday. This time last year, there was so much uncertainty about the season and what was going to happen, and now you guys kind of all get to be together and talk about kind of your goals as a team. Can you describe kind of just the vibe?
Yeah. Well, coming in, we're very fortunate to have this new facility. So very excited that Mr. Ross invested so much into the football team. But I think just being able to see the guys, the camaraderie, and then being able to eat with them, sit down, talk with them. It's so hard when you got to go back home after a practice like this, and you got to sit through a 2-hour, 2.5 hour, 3-hour meeting on Zoom. I don't know if any of you can attest to doing a workout and then going back home and having to do a Zoom, but it's pretty tough.
Near the end of practice, we saw the long completion to Albert Wilson, long accurate deep ball. How do you feel about where you are right now in terms of the deep ball throwing?
I would say I'm confident with my deep throws. Really, it's just getting everything down with the guys. Finding where guys are going to be, knowing how guys run certain routes, knowing their depth. Really, that's what we're trying to find out right now within these first couple days, and brush up on those things. Yeah.
Tua, for you just here at the training camp before week one, what are two things that you're really focusing on for yourself to get ready for the start of the season?
The two things, I would say there's about three things. I would say the film room, our walkthroughs, and bringing what we got through the film room and the walkthroughs to practice. That's really all I'm worried about right now.
Tua, where you are, I guess, physically and mentally, how would you compare that to day one of training camp last year?
Man, it's so hard to remember. I feel like that's been so long ago. But what I can say to that is, how I feel now. I feel really good.
Tua, when you have the headset on, who's in your ear? Who's coming up the players?
Well, it's a mixture of both George and it's E. So, they're both giving me the plays.
What's that like? Do you know who's coming when? I'm sure you know the voices by now. Who's talking?
Yeah, they rotate. They rotate throughout series, and throughout periods as well.
Tua, did you enjoy the split practice with the two teams going at once? What's the benefit of that?
Well, I think there's a lot of benefit. Everyone gets a good amount of reps, and you get to see both sides. What this side did, what this side did. You can learn from it.
What have you been telling Jim and Waddle about this process and what you've seen from him so far?
Well, I wouldn't say I've talked to him much about process, about how things like this work. but I have talked to him a lot about, our chemistry and what I expect from him, things I'm looking for, and things we're really looking for as a quarterback room, towards the receivers.
Where would you say your chemistry is? Is it Tuscaloosa, Alabama yet?
Well, I don't know what the Tuscaloosa, Alabama chemistry is, but I would say to that, it's a different playbook, it's a different feel, different environment, for him, and me, I'm still kind of getting acclimated. It's hot here, guys. It's hot, so it's just things that we got to talk about and work through. Out here, we'll look at it and go into the film room and kind of go over.
So did you do anything fun during your time off?
Yeah, I actually took up golf. Yeah.
Okay.
Not a good golfer, but I love it. It's fun, but it gets frustrating.
What's the best part of your golf game at this point?
Maybe the first 4 holes.
Tua, you mentioned the playbook. What's something that you feel most comfortable with, that you know that you're going to like about what has been put together by George, Eric, and others?
Well, I'd love to talk a lot about that, but I'd love to kind of keep that on the low. I'm very excited about what we have in the playbook. And I think a lot of the plays that we have in the playbook fit the skills, of our guys that we have.
When you heard that it would be Eric and George together, what was your first reaction? Obviously, you spent a lot of time working with George last year. What was that experience
Well, I would say I wouldn't say I don't know George as much as I know E, because I know both of them. I got to have both of them my first year. I think it's really good. The knowledge that E has and then the knowledge that George has as well. Coming together, we're all working together for the same thing.
Tua, what can you learn from Jacoby Brissett?
I can learn a lot. Jacoby has a lot of input within our meetings, and then when we are also talking about things, when we have break periods, he has really good input for us on, kind of where to start, who to look at. And you can take something from all these old heads, with Jacoby, and then for me also was last year, was with Fitz. So it's a continuing learning process for me.
I know earlier this offseason, some of the guys talked about hearing your voice louder in the huddle. How are you balancing, trying to be more vocal, more assertive with your own kind of personal growth?
Yeah, just being able to talk to the guys and tell the guys, not always what they want to hear, but kind of what they need to hear and how we need to kind of build on that and where we need to be from there. After practice, I got to get everyone together, talk to the entire offense, and just talk about our evaluation of the day. Kind of how we started, how it looked throughout the middle of practice, and then how we finished. And I think overall we did pretty good. Obviously, there's always going to be things we need to brush up on, clean up. But that's first day of camp.
Tua is just a leader on the team. Xavier Howard publicly requested you trade last night. As a teammate, what are you saying to him, and how are you handling it as a group?
Well, for me, I support X. With whatever decision he has, he's helped our team tremendously throughout, the years. And I've only been on this team for 1 year, and I've been able to see what he's been able to do. But that's not in my control. But I support him.
Last question. What are you most looking forward to?
Oh man, I think one of the most exciting things is when everyone's on the same page. When where your guy's gonna be, when the line knows what they're supposed to do. I don't know. That's a great feeling. When everyone's working together to accomplish what we need to accomplish on that play. So.